Hello? 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 Is there one of me or two of me? I hear an echo. Uh-oh. Anyway, thanks for coming in to Larger Curves this morning. Make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring the bell on your way in so you can get notified next time I upload a video here on Larger Curves. I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. It is the second day. It's a portal today, you guys. It's the 2-2 portal. That's what they say. Balance. It's all about that balance. It's the second day of the second month of 2024. So I hope you're going for it and doing fabulous things. Bianca Edwards is in the house. OMG. Thanks for coming through. Look, I'm checking my sound. Is there an echo? Are there two of me, Bianca? Because I hear two of me this morning. Uh-oh. I don't know what's going on, but I hear two of me. Let me see. Are there two of me? I don't know what's going on, but I hear two of me. Let me see. Are there two of me? Oh, shit. Are there three of me? Lord have mercy. Oh, no. Just one of me. Okay. Okay. Right on. Right on. Because I have this system up today where I'm using two devices. Grand Rising, Be More Shorty. And thank you, Bianca, for helping me get my technical difficulties corrected. Therefore, there are no more difficulties, and it's all just corrected. Oh, you guys, by the way, Larger Curves has, I have this thing I do where I have lots of different accents that I pop into and stuff. And I told you guys before, my kids are always like, Mommy, use your real voice. So I'm just forewarning you that these accents been popping out a lot lately. Honestly. So, okay, I'm going to share a little something about me. You do hear an echo, but I think it might have stopped now. That might have just been because I had my phone on. But okay. So when I was younger, one time something very traumatic happened to me in like my early 20s, and it was very bad. And order to deal with that trauma, your girl popped out an accent, a whole English accent for a year. Don't judge me. Do not judge me, you guys. That's how I had to deal with it. I don't know why. Her name was Emma. She was English, and we was from England. And people would say, "What's your name?" And I would say, Emma. And it might not even sound like an English accent to you, but for some reason, after that traumatic experience happened to me, this accent popped out, and I was able to get through that year. So, hey, maybe with my dad dying, these accents are popping out lately, and hey, we're just dealing with some stuff. Don't judge me. Okay? Anyway, you know what we're here for today? We are here because of Married to Medicine. You know, I love Married to Medicine. I love Dr. Heavenly. I still love Dr. Jackie. Yes, I do. And I just love it over there. I think the editing over there is whack because from what we understand, a lot more stuff ends up on the floor than on our TV screens. And it just leaves us with questions. But anyway, Buffie Purselle. Remember Buffie Purselle? Yes, that many characters of Larger Curves. Every letter is a different one. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. So, Married to Medicine, Buffie Purselle. Remember her? I'm sure you do because she practically went on a one-woman rampage to try to have everybody turn on Dr. Jackie a couple weeks ago because for some reason, Buffie Purselle was very upset when she was very upset when Dr. Jackie got to talk to Kamala Harris about the Black mother's mortality rate, and it triggered her very badly to the point where Buffie Purselle dug up that old tape. And if you guys notice, remember when you were a little kid and you would get a sore and your parents would tell you not to pick it or else you'll get a scar and you can get infected and you just need to let it heal. Don't pick it. Let it heal. Put a little Neosporin on it, but don't pick it, right? Everybody knows that. But not Buffy. Buffy don't know that. Buffie Purselle, no. I bet she would be covered with scars messing with how much she's picking this wound from what happened to her how many years ago? How many years ago? Is it 3 years? Has it been 3, 5, 10 years yet? The show's been on 10. The OGs have been together 10 years without Mariah Huck. Or was it with Mariah Huck? I'm not sure. But Dr. Heavenly is considered an OG, and she didn't come season 1. So I'm feeling like maybe season 2 through 9. I don't know. But listen, all I know is if you want anything in your life to heal, don't pick it. Don't be a Buffy, okay? Because what Buffie Purselle seems to be doing is picking her own sores. We had long forgot, kinda, that Dr. Jackie had said, oh, Buffy, you can relate. You're infertile too. To everyone's shock at that luncheon for her book signing. And I really did feel like, honestly, look, I might like Dr. Jackie, but in that moment, I didn't think that was a malicious anything. And to this day, I still don't really feel like that was a malicious anything. I feel like that was super duper rude, but I don't feel like it was really malicious or an attempt for Dr. Jackie to use Buffy for a storyline and use her infertility for a storyline. You guys have to listen to what she says. She contradicts herself a lot because she doesn't care, and she doesn't care if you guys call her bitter, but she doesn't like Dr. Jackie. And she's not going to forget, but she did forgive. But usually, sometimes when you forgive, I mean, unless it was your husband sticking his peen in another person, that's when you don't forget. I don't know. She seems really very hyper focused on, I said it before, Dr. Heavenly, on this whole cast. Nothing worked out. And if you listen to this interview that she did with Oliver Twixt, who you know does Dr. Heavenly's media, social media, when I went to Dr. Heavenly's 5-day challenge, twice, he was there twice as like, her person to help things go smoothly. He used to work with Funky Dineva. He is about it. He's basically a human SEO for people's, social platforms. So he's really good at what he does, and he's doing a dive into all things Married to Medicine. So he wanted to talk to all the players, and even though him and Heavenly are tight, he got Buffy on the show, and they did a 2-hour interview. She had a lot to say, y'all, a lot. Okay, and it's her prerogative, and it's her right. And if you want to pick your sores, pick your sores. Cover your whole body with scarification is a full-on thing in some tribes, right? But to me, I just feel like she wanted some smoke. She wanted to try to make a moment, and she loves being on everyone's lips again. She loves the attention. She thought she was going to last longer on the show, and she didn't last as long as she thought she would because she thought she was amazing. And obviously, her storyline didn't play out. And when you are so amazing, then if your only storyline was being infertile and you say Jackie hijacked your storyline, but also Jackie don't have no kids, so how is she hijacking a storyline that she could bona fide be using for herself? I think if you listen to a lot of Buffy's answers, you might hear that she is the nucleus of all of these women's lives. That's kind of what I got out of it. I heard that she was so important. She was getting so much camera time that the ladies had to stop it. She was so interesting that the ladies had to ruin her storyline. She and her husband had so much going on that's why she got attacked, because she was 5'3" and 180 pounds. It's just a lot of, I don't know. And I don't know how I would have internalized what happened to me in front of a gajillion people about my womb. But it's, I don't know, you guys. Am I wrong? To me, it's kind of feeling like a dead horse. Put that old smelly horse to rest. It's been literal years. Your husband is a whole freaking mental health expert, as a psychologist or psychiatrist. And you guys know the only difference is one can prescribe you medication, right? So I forget, you guys do your own Googling, but one can prescribe meds and the other one you just talk to. So I'm not sure which one her husband is, but she has built-in mental health and was like, they didn't even offer me any counseling or anything with a psychologist after they said that. All you had to do was go home and talk to your husband. I'm sorry, am I being insensitive? And I'm a Capricorn and I love Capricorns. And as it turns out, Buffy is a Capricorn. And so I'm very surprised that I'm not like resonating with her on many levels. And I usually resonate with my sister Capricorns. Well, I resonate with her on the business mind. She's loyal to her man. And she does know how to tell a story. That's very Capricorny. But I'm not inclined to be dragging around dead horses. I might bring it up a couple times, but not for years. And then I would be more inclined to say that Buffy seems a little more obsessed with Dr. Jackie than Jackie ever was with Buffy. And then she says things in the interview like, oh, well, I don't want to ruin any black woman. I don't want to ruin any black woman. That's not like me. I don't do that. But Ben, didn't you just do all of that, pulling up your thing and making it echo into infinity about you're infertile, you're infertile, you're infertile, you're infertile, and get everybody's panties in a bunch with that clip from what Dr. Jackie said on Dr. Heavenly's live during the demic when she was exampling sometimes what people think of us in the medical field. I don't know, you guys. But let's listen to what she told Oliver. And the reason on this thing, it says that it's Married to Medicine Exes versus Buffy Purselle versus this one, Buffy Purselle versus Conetessa Metcalfe. Because when Buffy was doing her smear campaign to make her look like the ever victim, oh my God, how does she even get out of freaking bed in the morning? She is so victimized, you guys, but also over it. What a conundrum. And she brought up Dr. Heavenly. She brought up Dr. Simone. She brought up Dr. Jackie. He did a roll call where he had her talk about everybody on the current cast and some people from the past cast. Like I said, Conetessa. So everybody caught strays. All of them. Nobody liked her. Everybody was against her on the show. Everybody was jealous that she had so much camera time. Everybody warned her that she needed to kiss Jackie's ass. And production and she's not easily led around. She only does what she wants to do. But production made her continuously bring up the Dr. Jackie thing. And then she said that she didn't really bring it up. And then she said that we never heard Jackie apologize more than once. And I'm like, am I tripping, y'all? Because I could swear in real time during the season that Buffy Purselle was on, after Jackie misspoke and said that, she apologized. Then they sat down someplace else and they were like, can you apologize again? She apologized again. Then they get to Cabo and Buffy, who has a whole mind of her own and is not easily led, was forced by production to again bring up the statement that Jackie made at the book signing about her uterus or her infertile womb. And production, she said, told them that you bitches are gonna fight. You better bring up the infertility thing. But Buffy said in that instance she refused. And that Conetessa leaned over and said, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. And then Conetessa brought up the whole infertility statement again at this table, to which Buffy's side of the story is that she very politely said, with no nothing, well, that really hurt my feelings when you said that, and I want an apology. And I don't remember it saying like that. I don't really remember her being all, nah, 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 nah. I kind of remember her lip quivering a little bit, and she had a lot more energy than her recollection of the story. But I'll go back and rewatch again because it was a good scene. So she admitted that production forces her to do things that she usually wouldn't do, but she also is not led by anybody and makes all of her own decisions and stuff. So that's a contradiction. I don't talk about shit I don't want to talk about. And I'm not taking my friend back to the scene of the crime either, Simone, but that's another recap. I'm just not feeling like everything she's saying is completely in aligning with reality. However, it's her reality, and we know that perception is based off of age, experience, how you grew up, how much money you have, all that stuff. But what I saw and what she replayed and her telling of it isn't exactly jiving. But that's still not the verses, you guys. She said, she is in Buffie Purselle, said, Conetessa told her some stuff that they didn't play. And that's what I'm saying with this editing over there. How are they leaving so many things on the floor? So you mean that Conetessa told you that she was going to rock you like the babies you can't have, and they left it on the floor? And you said, Buffy, that Dr. Heavenly, after the producers told you guys that you're going to fight tonight at this table in Cabo San Lucas, that Dr. Heavenly told her that it wasn't a lie what Dr. Jackie said. Your uterus doesn't work, does it? I'm like, they left that on the floor too. All the yo mamas we ever got from Heavenly. And I guess they're not going to let her talk about this other woman's uterus. And remember Dr. Heavenly, when she came over here to interview last year and this year, she told us that they leave so much out. There was an altercation, a physical altercation at Quad's revival going rogue. Remember Quad popped up out of the thing in the church, and Phaedra led it this season, and she was supposed to get received back to the group after she revived from the dead, but instead Quad went rogue, and that's why she got kicked off the island. So there was an altercation there that was physical. They left it out of the show. Now, these women do have something to lose, so I semi-appreciate that they aren't letting this show devolve into Love and Marriage Huntsville with the clips they could show us about physical altercations. We've only ever gotten one tussle on this show, and that was with Mariah Huck, who created the show and obviously didn't read her contract great. Because how you create a show, sign a contract, but then you off the show when the next round of contracts come on. I don't know how that works. But I know that if it was my baby, I would have done some Cat Williams shit, and I would have had it written into all my contracts that you got to have a dress on for everything we do together. Because I created it. But sometimes when people create things, they don't do the follow-up and protect their intellectual property in a way where they retain possession and power of it and involvement in it due to their lack of signing a better contract. Right? I love Mariah Huck, and I thank her every day for Married to Medicine when I see it. because she did a great thing. And in that interview she did with Carlos King last week that almost blew up the internet. No, it actually dropped this Tuesday. That Carlos King did with Mariah Huq. Mariah Huq even says some things in there that are very revealing about her time on the show. And she even revealed that when it came time for the contracts again, for her to be talent, that she was waiting. Remember, she did those TikToks, where my contract at? But as the creator of the show with the executive producing credit and a creation credit, you really couldn't have had a better contract to be part of the talent and retain those credits on the show. I mean, they do it on Southern Charm all the time. Didn't that lady's mother over there on Southern Charm create the show, shop the show, and she's on the show as like a matriarch? And then there's another series on Bravo where white lady did the show, created the show. I think there's, Lisa Vanderpump, duh. Lisa Vanderpump. She created Pump Rules. She signs her contract so that she's part of the talent, part of the credits, and she gets to make decisions on stuff. So obviously, those kind of contracts are around for the taking and for women, right? So I'm not sure how, when those contracts exist, when it comes time for me to sign a contract, my contract isn't similar. I don't get it. So I'm not, and then I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But Buffy and Mariah both mentioned that the other women on the show treated Mariah bad or poorly. And Buffy said she could relate to that. And her and Mariah are very good friends right now. Dr. Simone is the one. She said she couldn't do any HIPAA violations on Simone or Dr. Jackie, because Simone, while she did have her medical information and she was the one who shared it with Dr. Jackie, that wasn't her doctor at the time, you guys. She was just telling her friends some stuff. So, yeah. What else happened in the interview? She talked about Quad. She talked about Sweet Tea. Yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to let this play. And you guys listen to what was said in this interview.
I'm not saying alleged shit. This shit happened. I dare a bitch to sue me. She's so sweet until she grabbed my neck and cussed at me and yelled and told me to get over my miscarriages when she has 3 beautiful children at home. Other than that, I liked her and was very supportive of her. When her husband was acting up, I was the only one that was like, girl, you need to tell him how you feel and da-da-da-da-da. And not she was doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with her wanting to go back to school and whatever. But she's bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, fabulous, beautiful, but she and I will say this, Conetessa, after the show, off camera where it counts, apologized to me. So we good.
Smash that like button, smash the subscribe button.
It was honestly, Buffy, and please don't be offended when I say this, it was like something out of a soap opera. Everything just felt so mellow, dramatic. How did you and Conetessa end up in that moment of contention towards each other?
I mean, the producers kept bringing up the Jackie stuff to me and, talking about my 6 miscarriages and you need, they were like, they wanted to make me cry and they succeeded when they wanted to. And it wasn't because some broad said I was fat or whatever. It was about talking about my dead children. And I'm just going to be honest with you. That shit is fucked up. It is. And, my husband and I are people who really wanted to have children of our own. And, I was over it. I was ready to go. Production wouldn't let me leave. And Toya was gracious and was like, because she wouldn't let nobody in her house at that point. Everybody was outside. And she was like, come in the house. And, we went downstairs in her closet and she was about to fix my makeup. Real sister, nice black girl. Like, I got your back. I understand kind of moment. And next thing I know is clunk, clunk, clunk. Bigfoot Conetessa bringing her ass downstairs. she's still crying. What are you still crying about? You need to get yourself together and da da da. And I'm like, bitch, you was crying about your husband not supporting you go to school. I'm crying about my dead children. And you yelling at me and telling me to get myself together. And at that point, my last miscarriage was 2 years before I was on that show. And so I was getting things like, you should be over that by now. I was getting like, no, and like y'all black, like, that's why black women don't talk to each other about that shit, because we have this stupid thing where we have to be sharp as iron and strong as steel, and it's killing us. It's okay to have human emotions. So anyway, she did all that, and you know, I lost it. I couldn't believe she grabbed my neck and was screaming at me, and she said something really horrible to me. She, you know, was like, get down on the floor and let me rock you like the babies you'll never have. Like, y'all didn't, they cut all that out. Like, these women really went for the, you know.
Conetessa said that?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, like, I couldn't believe she grabbed, be sharp as iron and strong as steel, and it's killing us. It's okay to have human emotions. So anyway, she did all that, and you know, I lost it. I couldn't believe she grabbed my neck and was screaming at me, and she said something really horrible to me. I lost it. I couldn't believe she grabbed my neck and was screaming at me, and she said something really horrible to me. She, you know, was like, get down on the floor and let me rock you like the babies you'll never have. Like, y'all didn't, they cut all that out. Like, these women really went for the, you know.
Conetessa said that?
A bitch could own Bravo right now from the shit that happened to me. And I will tear everybody ass up. I didn't say no. I could own Bravo. A bitch could own Bravo right now from the shit that happened to me. And I didn't. Because I'm not going to do that to black women. Nobody gives me credit for that fucking shit. Okay? And, you know, talking about my 6 miscarriages and producers, but I mean, they met.
Very light conversations. I've always enjoyed the idea of Sweet Tea being on the show. Of course, I feel for Quad. That's so stunning.
Oh, that's not the clip. Sorry, you guys. Here, there's this other clip of Conetessa. Oh, here we go. So this is Conetessa's response. Let's take this one off. Remove from studio. Present. Video file. Play. Open. Okay, let's see. You guys, just a second. Remove this from studio. Let's try this one. Video file. Darn. Well, I can play the audio, but I wanted you guys to see that. Just a second. So that was something. Do you believe Conetessa said that, you guys? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. But then again, in Conetessa's response, she pulled a TD Jakes, y'all. And she said, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. And then she went live again and she said, and even if I did say that, okay, TD, that's not the answer we need. You know? Let's see. Downloads. Okay. Oh. Okay, thanks you guys. I hope you're smashing the like button. Smash the subscribe button. And I'm going to make this thing play for you if it's what I do. If I said entire screen, and I said below, and then I said this, and then I do this. Oh, wait. We can't hear it. Oh, you know why? You guys hear that feedback? That's because I'm using these two devices. Please continue to bear with me. Turn on this. There. Can it now?
Whatever the dumb shit is that she said, it literally makes the shit. This box.
Can you hear it?
I was in labor, baby. I was too early, so of course the baby in the labor. Okay? I told her that. For this woman, this fucking clout chaser, to try to ruin my
You can't hear it a lot. Let me see.
and I'm very, very clear. I was nothing but kind to her. And for her to, in my opinion, last episode, when anybody is seeing how the season goes, trying to make it to season 2, right? You just playing it up for the cameras. I was like, sis, let me, because I understand, but let's just fix your face because there is a camera here. I never pulled. It makes no grammatical sense, and it makes no literal sense. It is literally something that I'm just gonna be honest with you. Probably don't give a shit about none of us. You think they would have played that if I said that? So stop using other people's reputations to try to get a little attention. Okay? You say you're rich. You say you're doing fine. I came after the fact, and I said I apologize to you for your perception, because if you thought that I was anything but empathetic to you, I sincerely apologize to you. I told you that. I said I want to hug your neck. And I told her from my heart an empathetic story about my experience as a woman who lost several children. And one, I actually had to fucking bury. So you lying ass bitch. You know where to find me, Chastain Integrative Medicine, and you said, should I sue you based on that dumb shit? Because again, I didn't say it. And if I did say that, everyone would have been like, yes. Oh my God, who would say such a thing? You would have heard it before and they would have played it. So I am going to come back to who I am. I'm quite sure my husband is going to be furious that I haven't responded. But when it comes to, I finished medical school in
Sorry about that feedback.
I am a 100% service-connected Navy veteran. I'm a physician. I'm a mother of 3 live children. But my first child also matters, and I share that very personal story with you. And for you to take that, again, move on with your life, sis. Ain't nobody out here trying to take over your life. Ain't trying to ruin you. And if you didn't get what you needed from Married to Medicine, that has nothing to do with anyone who has ever been a part of that cast. Take that over to NBC Universe from Bravo. But don't be out here trying to destroy the rest of us because you didn't get what you needed from whatever you were doing that season. Share your real life. Be whoever the fuck you really are. And literally, if it's interesting, it is. If it's not, it's not. And if you have now decided that this is what I should have been and this is what I should have shown, then, oh, sorry. But I did not say that. And y'all, I don't care all this other stuff that has come about. I ain't never responded about the stuff about my husband or anything. But for you to literally lie on my goddamn dead child Nothing at all. But what you're not going to do, you're not going to be out here lying and saying, I said something about the dead children doing that. What are you even saying right now? You sound crazy. But you have to be careful when you don't have all this on your chest. It fucking matters for the rest of us. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to. But this right here, that we spent our whole entire existence to get to, that bullshit right there. Again, I'm not on reality television right now. I don't know if you're trying to get back on. I know they casting. Good motherfucking luck. But if all that you need to do to get a little popularity and get some clicks and stuff is to embellish the shit that really happened, because again, even during the season, I can honestly say to you, we never, ever had a problem. So why would I come in at the end and say some ridiculous nonsense like that? It makes no sense.
Come on.
It makes no sense. You're absolutely right. You were in a very, very fragile place. And that story, and even me saying, I've been where you are, maybe made it about me. It made it about me for you. And that was impossibly insensitive. And I apologize to you for that. I was trying to connect with you. So you wouldn't be in that basement for another 2 hours. But I did not say that. And you will not lie by me. And yes, my little brother's name is Joe Gray II. He is an attorney. And if you want to take this to court, we can. But you don't stop lying on Conetessa Gray, my maiden name, Metcalfe.
Oh.
We're trying to understand how you understand. I've heard the main complaint with the violence always her demeanor of talk.
Okay, so let's do a different file. Maybe it'll let this one show. Maybe it didn't want that one to show because it was so long. So we're going to present this. No. See, all that feedback was happening. Let's see. Is it this one? This one.
These women really went for the,
Conetessa said that?
yeah.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. She said it. There's no, I'm not saying alleged shit. This shit happened. I dare a bitch to sue me. I will tear everybody ass up. I didn't say nothing. I could own Bravo.
Hi, Contessa here. She did not say that. She is a pathological liar, and she asked for the lawsuit, so let's give her one. Fortunately, there were about 10 people in that room, and all of them are going to be called as witnesses in this defamation lawsuit. You don't get to say anything you want, especially when it comes to there was absolutely footage. So, challenge accepted. Let's see how rich you really are.
These women really went for the,
Conetessa said that?
yeah.
Allegedly.
Not allegedly. She said it. There's no, I'm not saying alleged shit. This shit happened. I dare a bitch to sue me. I will tear everybody ass up. I didn't say nothing. I could own Bravo.
Hi, Contessa here. She did not say that. She is a pathological liar, and she asked for the lawsuit, so let's give her one. Fortunately, there were about 10 people in that room, and all of them are going to be called as witnesses in this defamation lawsuit. You don't get to say anything you want, especially when it comes to there was absolutely footage. So, challenge accepted. Let's see how rich you really are.
You guys. Okay, no, you're just going to have to stop this. You're just going to have to stop this. What you do, Lord. Ah, that feedback was crazy. Okay, you guys. What do you think of that freaking interchange? And I did see that Dr. Heavenly was live. She was talking to him. She's doing her 5-day challenge. And everybody but Sweet Tea will get something out of it. I've done her 5-day challenge twice. It's exceptionally incredible information that you can apply the day you get it. And it really does fortify your finances, increase your knowledge. You get financial education, financial literacy. You learn how to build and create generational wealth and legacy, and all of that stuff. So that's what she was going live about, I believe. But let me check. Is she still live? No, it was a real quick one. She was just getting her face done and talking about the yeah, she wasn't saying anything about Buffy, I don't think. Yeah, that's what she was doing. I just double checked for us, you guys. But I agree with some of these comments. I do agree. I have no right to tell somebody when to get over something. I do agree that how one person handles trauma is not a cookie cutter situation. Nobody is required to handle trauma in the exact same way the person to their left or right did. I do agree that it does take some people longer to get over things. I do agree that we have to have compassion for people when they're on their healing journey. I agree with all that stuff. And 85 truths can exist at one time. For me to be pro something, it doesn't mean that I'm con something else or anti something else. You see what I'm saying? In my world, I can understand that if I grow an English accent to get over my trauma and you just try and you decide to carry around dead horses for 3 years, hey, you might think it's crazy that I pop out with an English accent for a year to deal with my shit. Just like I think it's crazy that you don't smell that dead carcass you're driving around for 3 years. I'm not saying that. Anything I'm saying is to force anyone to do anything other than what their journey requires. All I'm recognizing is that after 4 years, when somebody said words at the wrong time and then apologized, and then you said you forgave them, to me, I'm like, okay, just don't forgive the person. If you don't like somebody, why are you forgiving them? Because to me, forgiveness, I don't know, does forgiveness mean that you're not going to be dragging around a dead horse? Is that a requirement of forgiveness? I don't think so. You can carry around all the dead horses you want, whatever your journey requires. But just don't come in front of other people and expect them to acquiesce to your way of forgiving, not forgiving, or not moving on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm entitled to my opinion is all I'm saying. And while I agree with many of the comments about healing and trauma and when people get over what, it had to have been far beyond anything I can fathom for Buffie Purselle, an accomplished, intelligent, entrepreneurial, gifted woman, to 4 years later be so in her trauma that she stirred all this stuff up for everybody else also, you know? I hope she can heal. I'm kind of like, honestly, and I've said it before, why isn't her husband helping her more? If my husband was a psychologist, do you think I'd be popping out with accents? If my husband was a mental health expert, would I be carrying around dead horses for 4 years? Or would I have gotten some type of treatment to help me transmute the trauma in a way where I moved on in a productive, healthy way? Look, we saw Married to Medicine on Sunday that Dr. Damon Kimes was opening up was doing a networking thing for his Roswell Pain Clinic. Dr. Damon is able to deal with people's pain in a way where they're sending out tweets about how he saved their life and stuff like that. And unfortunately for Buffie Purselle, she hasn't been able to send out any tweets about being saved by her husband. I'm sure he helps her as much as he can. And for Buffie Purselle to have been in that interview and told Oliver Twixt that after that statement was said at that horribly timed event, that they didn't even offer me any counseling or psychiatric anything, because you have a husband that's a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I'm not sure. It's weird, you guys. They just started offering psychologists and stuff this year on Bravo stuff. So she was asking for stuff way too early or expecting stuff way too early. Yes, Conetessa could have kept her angel baby box in the safe place. She was throwing it around. Oh my God. Didn't Heavenly and Conetessa have a falling out? Yep, because Heavenly be telling the truth and it rubs people the wrong way. And then when some people hear their truth, they rather argue with you about their truth instead of just acknowledge that that's my truth. And then they try to make you the problem that you saw their truth in the light. Whatever. Come on, Larja. Again, it takes time. That's what I'm saying, Zelene. You can forgive and not forget, but you usually reserve the not forgetting for something that from somebody who you expected and a loyal allegiance from. Let Buffy tell it. She never talked to Jackie. She didn't like Jackie. She never had any energy for Jackie. Jackie was always the wrong side of the drawer for her. There was nothing. She didn't have nothing. So therefore, she didn't have any expectation of loyalty, allegiance, or anything. So why are you so messed up? I would be really broken if my real friend did some stuff to me because I expected an expectation how does it go? Expectation diminishes joy. Because it's usually in our expecting of something that we limit our capacity to enjoy it because it's limited to what we expect. And in this case, if we go by what Buffy's saying, which I've already told you is very contradictory, we all might be a little confused here because she says with a lot of oomph and with all of her chest, oh, I'm over it. I don't care. Da, da, da. But I'm not going to forget. I just don't like her. I just don't like her. I just don't like her. It sounds like you literally have a personal problem with this lady. So you're going to hold on to these words that she misspoke and apologize for. And you're just going to hold on to that because you have admitted that you just don't like her. She said that so many times in that interview. And I think that's really the telling part here. You know? And let me see. So, with all that being said, I know that we can't force a person to do anything. So we're going to close these tabs. It's not going to mess anything up. There we go. And I understand all that. All I'm saying is, where's my Firefox? All I'm saying is that sometimes we have to accept that not everybody's going to agree, though. I don't have to forget, but I also don't have to jump on a bandwagon. And it feels like she's so hyper-focused. So then, okay, so because her 38-year-old auntie was not listened to by a Black GYN, she's projecting all of that onto Jackie in a very harmful way, I feel. Yeah, Jackie said what she said, but she's not the lady that did to your aunt what happened to your aunt. And every chance she got, she associated Jackie with the lady that she blames for killing her auntie. That's a lot, you guys. And while this statement, it takes time, you can forgive and not forget, but you also don't have to then take it a step further in your desire to remember the pain and then attach it to some shit that it has nothing to do with. I get that. Yeah, fine. She said what she said. I hate it. That was a bad look for Jackie. And I get that freaking, all of that stuff. But what do you really want? What's your bottom line here? What's the bottom line? I'm not sure. I'm not real sure what the bottom line could possibly be. But there's always room for healing, which I really am hoping for these women. I love Black excellence. This is devolving into chaos. And for all of these women to finish sentences that say, oh, but I don't want to hurt Black women, I'm for Black women. They're really, they're all sharpening knives over there. Let the other one tell it. And I do not like that. That sounds very crabs in a barrel shit mentality. And we know that that seems to be the demise of most great Black excellence scenarios, right? Is when that whole crabs in the barrel, they want to just drag you down to where they are. Nobody can get out. Nobody can get ahead. Everybody's heard those urban legends. And that's what this is turning into. And they're going to take one of the best things on Bravo, one of the best opportunities, and let all this infighting and jockeying for the prime position destroy what could have been an otherwise exceptional opportunity for everyone involved. I think all these ladies should do a mental health check and take a lesson in STFU 4 years later, because you're messing with the rest of the legacy of the show. Everything already, even for Mariah to come crying all these years later, she has a right to cry, but she's tarnishing her own legacy with all this to me anyway, because it all comes down to the contracts. You fancy yourself I created all this stuff. Sign a better contract. How are these women to blame because you didn't sign a contract that made it so ironclad that even if the ladies did come for your ankles, your contract says they all better wear dresses and set up? I don't understand, you guys. I'm wishing them all the best over there. I love this show. We're going to come back and talk about it this weekend, and I'll do my little recap because it's been some good episodes. And there's a lot of stuff going on, and we're going to be looking for the reunion, and I think there's 2 episodes left and then the reunion. So we're looking forward to it all. I have to go. My kids are up, and I'll be back, you guys, though. I thank everybody for coming in. We're going to go over to Krista's at Whose Side Are You On and talk about Miami at 9:30. So maybe you guys can pop over there. I hope you smash my like button, smash the subscribe button, and ring my bell so you can get notified when I upload a video. I appreciate you. You guys are all awesome. I agree. I need to check I need to check in with my own self also, because there may be a day where I need for people to understand why I'm carrying around a dead horse for 7 years. And so in that vein, I'm going to try to chill on her. But until then, I just feel like utilize your husbands, professional prowess and really check in with him and maybe get some help, darling. But stop dragging all these other people into it. And Conetessa, for her to be like, oh, my husband's going to be livid. Oh, we picking up right where we left off, Conetessa? You okay, girl? Do you need to blink twice? Do you need to blink twice, Conetessa? Because you certainly imploded. Okay. I hope he interviews Conetessa next. Anyway, you guys smash the buttons. Make it a great day. There's enough to go around. See you in the next video.